Okay, I'm going to share something with you that I seen on YouTube. And when I seen the video that someone had posted, it really made me think about what I should do. And it really touched my heart. It really made me think, and it really made me go back and picture everything, and it's just. But anyway, her name on YouTube, the account is Miss Ashley Marie 21. I wanted to touch base with you, and the things that happened to you, I can relate to it. This video, for all that's watching, is a very strong topic. It's not something people like to hear. It's not something people like to talk about, especially to victims. And y'all can probably know what I'm about to talk about for the ones who know me. But it's something we're going to have to reach out to people to change, because every time we turn around, it's like it's happening to somebody. And you may not think it might happen to you or your family members or anybody, but you can't never say never, because anything can happen. Anything. It's like you never know what's going to happen in life for that person until it does happen. And we need to discuss this topic more than what we really do. And to Miss Ashley Marie 21. I know you might have some hard times, which I have hard times as well. But you have to take it daily by daily. The more time it processes in our mind, the better it gets. But this topic, for the ones who are watching, is talking about sexual abuse. And it's not something I want to talk about. It's not something nobody probably wants to hear. But to you, Ashley, you can't blame yourself for what happened to you. Although you made your videos on YouTube, which I'm very, very grateful for you to do that, because that's very, very strong of you to do that. You are a strong person. Because some of the stuff you said, I wouldn't be able to say that for the whole world to see on YouTube. But I can tell my story, but I'm not going to go all in detail, because it's just too much, and I really do not like talking about it in general. And this will be my first, I guess, for everybody to see. It'll be my first time saying it in public for everybody. Although I have written a book, or books, and about my life story. But actually, you cannot blame yourself. Although your mom, like you said in your video, your mom chose him over you. And, excuse me, I burped. But you just have to take it daily by daily, and you're going to have to learn how to forgive him. Although you may not want to right away, it takes time. It takes time to forgive. You may not never forget it, ever. I mean, I forgave my abuser, but it's not like I'm going to forget it, because every day I think about it. Every day, if I see something, it triggers. Like if I'm like in like Walmart or McDonald's or somewhere, and I see a little girl or young children, I think about me being that small. And I think about me that age. And it just plays like a role in my mind. And it's just something people just gonna have to deal with. And I'm trying to think what to say. Kind of nervous here, but forgiveness does not mean that it was okay what happened. It does not mean what the abuser done was okay. It does not mean that. It simply means forgiveness is you're accepting what happened to you. You're accepting what happened. And once you accept it, you have to realize what happened, and you just have to move on. It's just a step and a step. You just can't go from point A to C. You have to go to A to B and go with it. And it takes time. And some of the stuff you did say in your video, actually, I can relate to it very well. I was never really physical abused by my abuser. It was just mostly sexual abuse. And I'm going to go ahead and tell my story. So, bear with me, because this is going to be kind of hard for me. I've never done this in public before. This will be my first YouTube video talking about sexual abuse. Because it's not something fun to talk about, and it's not something that I really want to talk about. But I want to do what you did, actually. I want to make a video and post it on YouTube for people to see. And for people to realize it's not something fun to play around. It's real, and it happens every single day, every minute. And it's happening more than probably we'll really even realize it. And so I'm gonna tell my story. Okay, I'm 20 years old now, and the first time the abuse really happened was when I was about 7. And before this, my mom met a guy, and they dated, and they got married, of course. And at the beginning, this guy was really nice, friendly guy, and I gained his trust. And I think that was the key to begin with, for me to gain his trust. And as time went along, they were married, and my mom got pregnant with my little brother. And I was 7 when my brother came into this world. I was 7, and soon, I say very soon, but soon afterwards of my brother being born, I say about 5 months, the abuse started to happen. And I'm not going to go all in detail, because I told you I was not going to do that. First time it happened, I was, I guess you'd say, molested. And as time progressed, day after day, more stuff started happening. My mom would be gone, like, to the store or somewhere. She would always go somewhere when the abuse happened. I don't ever remember her being in the house when it happened. I don't never remember her being in the house. She was always going somewhere, and as I look back, I think he told her or asked her, would you go to the store for this? Would you go here? Would you go there? Would you go there for me? Because he never drove. I don't never recall him driving. And my mom done all that. So every time she would leave, it would happen. And my brother at the time was very young. He was under 1. He was not even a year old. It's just slowly progressed into bigger issues. And every time it would happen, I would think, what did I do to deserve this punishment? Was I being punished? I knew inside, I knew in my mind at that age that it wasn't right, because I didn't feel comfortable. And I just didn't understand why it was happening to me. I didn't know if I'd done something to deserve it. But as I look back now, I didn't deserve it. And it's, this video's hard. I never deserved it. And as I look back now, the little 7, 8, 9-year-old little girl that never got to enjoy a regular childhood like any other child would do, I live my life now the best way I can. Although after the abuse, after the trial, court trial, I would think in my mind that never happened to me. I was never sexual abused. It was just something that happened and went away, just like that. Something I kept that in my mind growing up. And although the abuse did happen from I was 7 to I was about 8.5, almost 9. And then we had court. My abuser stayed in court till the court trial, which I was about 10 when we had court. And so it's been about 10 years, because I'm 20 now. It's been about 10 years since that's happened. And trying to think what else to say about that. After the court, I was 10, so afterwards, about when I was in middle school, I always thought that it never happened to me, that it was just a dream, really, that I just played it off like that did not happen to me, and I try to act normal. Like, people in middle school would joke around about rape, really. They would joke about that, and they would laugh about it. My friends would laugh about it, and I just laughed with them. And it's something that didn't make sense to me, that somebody would make fun of that particular topic. And I would sit there and I would be laughing, knowing that happened to me. And I would sit there and I would think, after I was laughing, I would be like, I cannot believe I just laughed. And I would think, I was like, what is wrong with me? And people would joke about that topic, and it was nothing to joke about, because it's real. It happens every day. And the more older I got, I think I was about maybe 13 or 14, I started to really not be really sociable. I would my friends would be in a group talking, and I would be in the group, but I wouldn't be there. I would just be zoomed out. I would be in my own little world, really. I would just push myself away from everybody. And in school, focusing was really hard. I would try my best to focus on the teacher, to learn. And the more I tried to listen, it's just the memory was coming back. It was like a roll tape, a video camera in my brain, and you were scanning. The camera was scanning the pictures, and it was just like a picture and a picture and a picture, and I was trying to focus, and it was just so hard. And I knew I needed somebody to talk to, but I just never wanted to talk about it to anybody. And I became very depressed. And I didn't want to be around my friends. I would come home from school, and I would have to just put myself away like I was two different people. And it's just always bothered me. And I'd had anxiety a lot, and I couldn't sleep at night sometimes. And then people would talk about, and I would watch TV, like I used to watch Oprah and Dr. Phil, and they would talk about this subject, and they would always talk about forgiving. And I would think to myself, why does somebody want to forgive somebody that's done so wrong to somebody? It never clicked in my mind why would somebody want to forgive somebody that's treated them so wrong. Like, I always used to say, if I would get away from murder and I can get by with it without me going to prison, the guy would already be dead. He would be in the ground already, and it'll be over. But right now, as I'm saying this video, he's in prison, and he's sitting in a jail cell, and I'm hoping and praying that he gets what he deserves, and I hope he finds help in his brain, because it's just so sick and so wrong for somebody to do such a thing to a child. I don't understand it at all. And I really want this video to help people. And I wrote my books to help people. And because I know how I was, and I know how I grew up to be, and I know how hard it was for me to grow up with this stuff. And I don't want to see another person suffer, because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Especially not easy when I get comments on Facebook. I used to get comments, but when I got a friend request by my abuser's family members, and they will say stuff to me because they're on his side and not on my side, and they don't believe me, it really hurts, because I know what happened, and my mom and my brother know, and I thank God for my family and my friends, especially my church friends, for them being on my side and helping me. Since my abuse, I've tried to grow stronger, although I have forgiven, because I went to therapy to help me, and I understood that forgiveness is for me, not for the abuser. It's for me to understand and to accept what happened and to move on. When I was about 15, 16, I would have suicide thoughts up until I was about 17 maybe. Although I never really done anything, I know some people who I went to school with, and they would cut themselves. That's something I've never done. I would think it, but I never actually done it. Because I never want to hurt myself, because I've been hurt enough. That's what I'll always tell myself. But you can't let the sexual abuse control you. It's the reason why I was sexual abused, and I just have to figure out why. And I think that I need to help people out there in this world. So that's really my story. And I know I didn't go all in detail, but it's just too much, because that's 3 years, almost 2.5, almost 3 years of the abuse. And it's hard saying this. It's more easier when I wrote my books, because I can just write it and type it without saying it, because saying it is much more harder than actually writing it, because saying this stuff is something that I never wanted to do. Even in my therapy, when I went to counseling, I hated talking about it, but I knew it was going to help me, and I had to do it. When I was 16, I joined the fire department, volunteer, and that has helped me, because I used to be, I wouldn't want to say terrified, but I was very uncomfortable being around men. And the fire department has really helped me with that. I'm not scared anymore. I'm trying to think what else to say. When I first went to therapy, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and I got on medication for that, but I'm not taking the medication anymore. So yay me. But I think I'm doing very much better than I was before. I'm not going to therapy anymore. I'm not going to no counseling, no medication. I'm just me, and that's it. I don't have suicidal thoughts anymore. That's a good thing. My brother, which is my abuser's son, looks just like him. And every day when I see him, I try not to think about that. And because my brother is not my abuser, he is another human being, and he's my brother. And I have learned to accept that, and he is my best friend. My brother is my best friend. Like, if I have to talk to him about something, I go directly to him. He is 14, so I know he's young, but he found out about his dad when he was about 12, I think. And actually he found out on his own. Like, my mom never told him, and I didn't never tell him until he came to me and asked me. But I never found out how he found out, but anyway, that's a different story. But this video, I hope it helps anybody. And if you want to comment, please feel welcome to. And I would like to know your story and your comments about my story. And don't hesitate to subscribe me. I know I didn't say very much about my abuse. It's just something I really don't want to talk about on YouTube. But maybe I would get enough courage to do another video to tell everybody. But in the meantime, before I close this video, I want to show you my latest edition of my book. It's called All From Above. I've written 4 books all together, and this is my latest one. And on the back, which is the front, All From Above, it's got my name on the bottom anyway. And this book is on Amazon.com for anybody who wants to know about it. Wants to get it and read it, because it is the things I did not post on YouTube. It's in this book, because I told you it's more easier to write it down. On the back, I just want to read the back before I close out. It says, if you have been sexual, physical, or verbal abused, this book would be great for you. This book shows you the real side of my story and how to overcome the pain as well. With the good Lord, Jesus Christ, it takes time in life to overcome the obstacles that's in our way. I hope this book teaches people to heal and learn to move forward in life. Never give up hope in life, and have your trust in God. Remember, everything happens for a reason. And it took me a while to know that too, that everything happens for a reason, because at first, when I was younger, I used to be mad at God, and I used to say, why me? Why me, God? Why did it have to happen to me? But the more older I got, I understood that because God knew I was a strong person, and God knew I can handle this, and I can. I can handle this. It's really not a big deal, but it is a problem. But I have to help others because God put this in my life for a reason, and He wants me to go out there and help others that's been through what I've been through. And so I cannot believe I did not cry in this video. I'm so proud of myself. But anyway, rate, subscribe, or comment, or anything you want to do, please do it. So, I hope you enjoy the video, and Miss Ashley Marie 21 actually wrote it down. You're an incredible person, and hope you enjoyed my story, and maybe you can get my book. It'll be great if you did. And you look like you are an incredible person, and I know God has used you in so many ways, and just please keep your head up. Look forward, don't look back. I know it's going to be hard. You just have to I know I think you live with your grandparents, but if you need me or anything, I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe you can comment on here, and I would get to talk to you. But your YouTube videos are awesome, and you have a lot of strength and courage, and God bless you. And everybody else, I hope you enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.